So what we're looking at here is, some Naruto figures, right? This one's Sasuke, and I have the nine-tailed Naruto one. Now, I have always wanted to buy these figures for many years already. I mean, this isn't the first year. This is the first year I realized inflation's a problem and that these stuff are going up. And if I don't get them now, I'm never getting them. I mean, it's not like I need them, but I could always sell them later on. And you're probably wondering who the hell is going to buy them. Here's the thing, right? You know how older people just like, why are you wasting your money on video games? Video games like the biggest market out there today, right? I mean, in the 90s, people thought you were an idiot playing video games. Wow. You have a lot of esports gamers and, YouTubers that make way more money than you sitting at the office or working a labor job. You see, Naruto, right? I mean, I know an 18-year-old, right? That was, I guess he's not 18 yet, actually. He's 16. And he knows Naruto. There was like a 10, right? That knows Naruto. If you ask like a 50 or 60-year-old, they don't know Naruto. So there's the problem. Because these old people, they're getting replaced. And you always get something where the new generation respects it, right? And that's not what I really wanted to talk about. You see, these things, I wanted to get it years ago, but they were never available in Canada. And that's what I really wanted to talk about. So Canada has one of the worst markets for everything because you don't get them, right? So I wanted to buy these and this War Greymon figure here. I wanted to buy this for at least 4 years, right? Or maybe 3 or 4 years. And I just never pulled the trigger because the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Canadian dollar was so high. But now that there's inflation, well, there has always been inflation. But the thing is, now that prices are just going skyrocketing, I might as well keep my money in a toy, right? That maybe people in the future will buy that is going to collect it, right? And if you go online to China, and I think these are made in China, but I could be wrong. But anyways, the stuff made in China, it is made in China. So if you wanted to buy one of these, it's the same price, okay? It's the exact same price, and it's in US dollars. And anyways, going back to what I was saying about you can't always get the things last. You see, this is what happened with Bitcoin too. You see, I wanted to buy Bitcoin when it was 20 bucks, right? But I couldn't access it because it wasn't available in Canada. It was available in the United States, and it was only available through this like Second Life kind of way of buying it through Walmart, which is really strange. But you couldn't do it like right now. There's so many exchanges, but so the U.S. always gets everything first, right? I mean, this is made in China. You don't even see it in Chinese shelf, right? You see it in the U.S. shelf first. So they always get everything first, and that has caused a lot of problems. I mean, if I could buy Bitcoin back then in 2012, 2010, 2011, uh, easily, I would be a multimillionaire today, right? Instead of wasting my money on nothing and just saving it in the bank account, which is a bad idea. But I do have bank account, I do have stocks and stuff like that. But now, these are collector's items. I'm going into collector stuff, and it's like art, right? With time, it usually gains value unless they keep on making it, right? But you gotta take your bet on things. But these are one of the things I'm kind of collecting nowadays because I feel like I don't want to keep my money in the bank. What's the point of keeping it there? It doesn't really make sense. Might as well just buy something that I always wanted and make myself feel good. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't get these for years. These used to be, right? If you like, I'm not saying this figure, but the new Naruto figure that was like this, that looks like this, right? They're all anime heroes. This is just anime heroes beyond. So the regular one used to be $29.99. Now it's like $29.99 USD, which means if you convert it to Canadian dollars, it is like 40 bucks, right? So, and of course, don't forget, you always have the shipping cost that comes with it as well. So it is quite expensive in Canadian dollars. And I just feel like, the US always gets everything first, and Canada always gets everything second. And now that our exchange rate is really bad, I don't even know, like, that is also one of the reasons why um prices have gone up, right? Because our exchange rate has gone down by 25%, right? So for every dollar, right, for every US dollar, you get, well, I guess you get $1.25 Canadian. Now so basically it's just not worth it. And I don't know, I'm just buying a lot of stuff nowadays, collector's items, right? And most likely I'm gonna sell them in the future, because, like this, right? I was talking about games, these PlayStation 2 games. This one, just the unopened one, right, is being asked for about $500-$600. And I saw uh the Dragon Ball. You see this? There was PlayStation 2 Dragon Ball games that I never bought, right? I was like, yeah, I'm not buying this. This is stupid, right? Not that I don't like Dragon Ball, but those Dragon Ball games, I see them being sold on Kijiji for like $200, $300, and then it's like sold. I'm like, wow, who's buying them? And then you realize, oh wait, it's the younger, like our generation, which is the millennial, that is now replacing the boomers. Our generation is making money, right? And we have the money to spend on things that we didn't have money to spend on when we were kids. And that's why it's important to buy something um, that the new generation wants, right? It's just like there's really no point in buying something the old generation wants, because they're not buying anymore. The older generation, they're trying to sell and going to retirement and stuff like that. So they're not buying. They're trying to sell. So we got to buy what the younger generation wants to buy. And God knows if Dogecoin is going to still be there, but I don't even know why anybody would want one, but maybe you get put a few dollars in. But yeah, I mean, in the future, when everything is digital, these things won't exist. This DVD case is so hard to come by now, right? So these things won't exist, and wow, that's damaged a little. All right, so anyways, I got protected, but I just wanted to say that the U.S. gets everything first.